You're listening to the Blind Android Users podcast.
Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews of developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this episode, here's your Spotlight.
And in the second part of our Spotlight section, Miłosz brings us a demonstration of the Google Nest Hub 2nd Gen.
Hello everyone, this is your favorite potato who likes peaches. Today I'm gonna talk about Google Nest Hub 2nd generation, which is a smart display from Google. I'm not gonna do the unboxing because I wanted to use this thing for some time and share my impressions. So, starting from the box. It's kinda big and rectangular. It has that foil on it, which you have to break to open it, and you open it like you would open the phone box. So the upper side comes off, and inside we have our Nest Hub, and under it we have a small box in which we find the power adapter and some manuals. So starting from the specs, height is 120.4 millimeters, width 177.4 millimeters, and depth 69.5 millimeters. The power cable is 1.5 meters long, and the device weighs 558 grams, so it's pretty heavy. The device has 1024x600 resolution 7-inch touchscreen and a full range speaker with 43.5 mm driver. It also has 3 far-field microphones and a mic-off switch for privacy. It has a voice assistant built in with voice match technology and ultrasound sensing. From sensors we have a SOLI sensor for motion sense, ambient EQ light sensor, and a temperature sensor. From ports we have a DC power jack, and sadly that's all, so we don't have a 3.5 mm input or output. We have a 15 watts power adapter included, and if someone saw the adapter for the Nest Mini, for example, it's exactly the same adapter. From connectivities we have a dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0 and Chromecast. Now let me describe this device, which will be pretty hard for me because it simply looks weird. We have this base which is covered with fabrics, and on the front it looks like there is a tablet glued into it. So on the back in the middle we have a metal Google logo. On the left near the bottom we have a hole in which we plug the DC power adapter. The bottom is made out of rubber so the device doesn't move, and on the back on the top of that tablet thing we have a mute switch. If we switch it to the left the mic is off, and if we switch it to the right the mic is on. On the right side of that tablet, also on the back, we have a volume rocker, so it's volume up and volume down. If we hold them together for a few seconds then the device will be reset to factory default settings. The front is of course the multi-touch display, and on the top there are 2 small holes for the far-field microphones. The device is turned on, so let me talk about my impressions, because not everything is as I've expected it. First thing is that this device runs on Fuchsia OS, which is the Google's operating system for smart displays and other Nest devices. They basically replaced the Android with it on those devices, which means we can't really do anything here. It's a closed down system. So the obvious thing that I like about this is that I can watch YouTube videos on it, so I can just cast a video. It also works with Disney Plus, Netflix, and other streaming services. Of course, not Amazon Prime Video. So, the screen reader. First time setup. When I've got the device, I was kinda lost. First, I tried to hold both volume buttons because I thought I can turn on the screen reader just like TalkBack on Android. But then I realized that holding both volume buttons resets it to factory default settings. So I had to connect this thing somehow. And there started my problems because with Nest Mini, when I opened Google Home app, it detected it easily and asked me to set it up. But with this display, I had to scan a QR code to set it up and then it worked. But I had to manually choose it from the list and scan the code. So I set everything up in the Google Home app and I went to the accessibility settings. And there is my first disappointment. The screen reader is just a toggle. There is no options for it. No speed, no volume, no usage hints, nothing. We can't change anything. We have to have everything as Google set up. So we'll hear double tap to activate, and for some the TTS speed will be too slow, for example for me, and too loud, because even on low volumes at night sometimes I accidentally touched the screen when I was doing something and I had the volume set to minimum, but it was pretty loud. Let me show it.
0% media volume.
This is 0% and it sounds pretty quiet, right? But at night when everyone is sleeping, it's really loud. So I was scared I would wake someone up at home. So yeah, this is one of those things. The other thing that you probably noticed already is this.
30% media volume. 40% media volume.
If you change the volume, it tells you the volume level. When the music is playing, it just ducks the audio, which is really annoying. And of course, you can't do anything about it because there are no screen reader settings. Another thing is that you can't change the voice. So if you had set it up with the English language, by the way, you don't have a choice when setting it up. You can't set the language. It kinda uses your Google Home language, or I don't really know how it determines which language to use. But basically, if you set it up with a certain language, then to use another language you need to reset it. So hold those two volume buttons.
You're about to completely reset this device. Release to cancel.
Yeah, basically you hold it for longer. I won't do that. And you would need to change something in the Google Home. I don't remember what exactly, but yeah, this is insane. You can't even change the language of the device. And you are stuck with this default US English voice, even if your Google Assistant has another voice. So yeah, you have to
Close quick settings.
use
Double tap to activate.
this voice. And yeah, as you could hear, it said double tap to activate, and you also can't do anything about it. So the screen reader is really bare bones. You can of course swipe left and right to explore.
Mute media volume. Button. 40% media volume. Slider.
You can also explore the screen by just swiping your
Close quick
finger
settings.
around
Double tap to activate.
or touching the screen. You can also double tap, of course, to activate something. You can swipe up and down.
Default. Default. Default.
Yeah, there is only default. Only when you have a slider.
Mute media volume. 40% media volume. Slider.
Yeah, we have a slider.
Adjust value.
Yeah, then we have adjust value
Default.
and default. And this is the only usage for that up and down swipe. Really, there is no navigation by characters, words, paragraphs, and whatever. We can open quick settings by swiping up with 3 fingers.
Open quick settings. Pandora. Button. Double tap
And
to
here we
activate.
have
Close quick
different
settings.
services we can close.
Weather. Button.
We have weather, YouTube,
Search.
search,
Button. Sling TV.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Spotify,
See all.
see all.
Brightness.
Yeah, we
Button.
have brightness,
Double volume.
volume.
Button. Do not disturb. Button.
Do not disturb.
Switch off. Double alarms. Button.
Alarms, feedback,
System settings.
system
Button.
settings.
Last.
Yeah, last. So this is the last
Do
item.
not- volume. Brightness. See all.
So I will
Button.
show you
Double tap to activate.
if we click on see all. Yeah, there are no sounds, no anything to confirm that you double clicked or anything.
First.
You just need to, yeah.
Weather. YouTube.
So we have
Search.
all of those.
Sling TV. Spotify. Button. Double tapped. Assistant. Broadcast. Calendar. Contacts. Duo. Netflix. News. Pandora. Podcasts. Reminders. Search. Shopping list. Sling TV. Spotify. Stories. Timer. Weather. YT Music. YT TV. YouTube. Last.
And yeah, you could say, oh, yay, cool, we have some nice applications which we can use. No, not really. Those are basically Google Assistant shortcuts. So basically, swiping right with 3 fingers is like back. And this is relevant now because I want to show you something. For example, what happens if you click on YouTube?
YT. YouTube. But.
Sure, here's YouTube.
Last. First. Recommended. YouTube Premium logo. First. YouTube on TV. Chill Vibes songs. Positive Morning 4-leaf. Chill Vibes. Morning Vibes 4-leaf. Chill Vibes song. Positive Morning 4. Morning Mood Sunflower Chill songs to make you. Chill songs when you. Positive Vibes music.
Yeah, we
4-leaf
can't
clover.
really...
Chill morning. Delat. Music that make you feel. Morning coffee hot beverage.
Yeah,
Lo-fi
we have,
hip-hop.
like-
Navigated back.
Yeah, I navigated back. But basically, this is just Google Assistant showing us some recommendations. We can't really search for anything. At first, I thought like you can search, like it is the app you can search. You have a keyboard, you can type like the title you want, or at least use the voice search and browse through the results, but not really.
Navigate to home tabs.
Yeah,
Button.
so we open
Open quick
settings because I want to show you one more thing.
Sling TV.
Yeah. I wanna go to the
Last.
system settings
System settings. Button. Double
and
tap.
show you
Device
this.
system settings. Device information. Name. Wi-Fi. Button.
Yeah, we have
Double
device
tap to
information, nothing much really here.
Bluetooth. Button.
We have Bluetooth.
Double tap to activate.
Here we can enable pairing mode or connect to any of the devices because this display can act as a Bluetooth speaker and also the other way. So you can connect this display to a Bluetooth speaker. If you, for example, have a nice Bluetooth speaker system, a soundbar or something, yeah, you can do that. And of course, a feature of Google Home, you can group speakers and displays together. So I grouped my Nest Mini with this display and they played together and it was really nice. No latency or anything. That's something I really like.
Display. Theme. Button.
Yeah,
Double tap to
display.
activate. Photo frame. Art gallery. Button.
Yeah, photo
Double tap to
frame
activate.
because this device can act as a photo frame, which makes sense, yeah.
Last.
And that's basically all you get here. No accessibility, no anything. It's just so disappointing, right?
Display. Theme.
So you can go
Button.
here to display, for
Theme.
example, theme.
Set your display's appearance to light or dark, or have it automatically adjust based on the time of day and ambient light. Light. Button. Dark. Auto. Last.
And
Navigated
that's
back.
really all.
Device information. Bluetooth. Button. Display. Photo frame. Art. Last.
Yeah, and photo frame.
So that I know who's asking. Say, hey Google, change photo frame. Last. So, image.
Yeah,
First.
that's all.
Navigated back.
Yeah, I navigate back.
Navigated to clock.
Another gesture we can use is tap once with 2 fingers and it basically will shush the speech. So,
2020.
for example,
2020.
uh,
2020. Last. Navigate
yeah,
to photo
this
frame.
is the clock.
First.
But for example,
20 Navigate to
oh yeah, See, I touched it once with 2 fingers and it doesn't talk anymore. It doesn't work like in TalkBack, so if you touch it again, it won't resume the speech. Another gesture is swiping down with 3 fingers, and that closes the quick settings.
Open quick settings.
We can swipe down with 3 fingers and it will close it.
Closed quick settings.
And that's the only thing this gesture does. So there are no like swipes with 2 fingers. No, they don't do anything. We can also swipe right and left on those home screens to move between them. So
Navigated to photo frame.
we have the photo frame,
Navigated to home tabs.
home tabs.
Assistant button. Button. Double tap to activate.
Here we can all of those.
Curated art. Your evening. Home control. Media.
Yeah,
Double tap to
basically we
activate.
can control our smart appliances and media here.
Navigated to photo frame.
Yeah, and there is nothing else, so we go right.
Navigated to clock.
We have the clock,
Display turned off.
and if we go far right, then the display will turn off. And if we touch it,
Turn on screen. Button. Double tap to activate.
so that's basically it. There is that Solly chip that Google was bragging about so much in the second generation of Nest Hub, because they hope you will put it in your bedroom. So there is like sleep sensing, which gives you insights on your sleep. I don't really know how that works because I haven't tried, but basically you can do it like this. Hey Google, how did I sleep last night?
It looks like you don't have any sleep data recorded for that day.
But normally it would tell you. Also, it can recognize motion gestures. Those who have the Nest Mini probably know that if you touch the top of the device, the media will pause. Here we have to wave our hand in front of a display to pause or resume the media. I wasn't able to do that, like it didn't work for me even if I have that thingy turned on, so I can't really say anything about it because it didn't work for me, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. I think that's all about it. There's nothing else to say. I mean, the device would be even better if Google didn't decide to get rid of all of the actions on Google thingies, because the games for Google Assistant were actually fun. To sum this up, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I mean, the fact that Google didn't put much effort into the screen reader for Fuchsia OS, it's just frustrating because there is a lot to improve there. And it's not like this system is very new. It started being implemented like 3 years ago, as far as I remember. But anyways, also the fact that you can't change the language and you're stuck with whatever language you have set it up in is also really frustrating, because now I would like to change to English UK because at least the voice is much better. And yeah, I would also like to disable usage hints, to speed it up and turn the volume of the screen reader down so it doesn't talk when the volume is set at 0 or at 5. Or make it not read media volume when changing it, to make it stop ducking audio when screen reader is speaking, because for me it's annoying. Yeah, but speaking of that media volume thing, even if you have like the routine set up, so like you could set up the thing that, for example, when you go to sleep, the assistant will answer quieter, so that you can set the maximum volume at night so it won't go above that, and then in the morning it goes back to the previous volume. And the problem with that is that it actually tells you. So for example, I set it to turn down the maximum volume at 22, so each day at 22 I hear something like 19% media volume, and this is really annoying, to be honest. But this device also has its good sides, which is like Chromecast with video, so we can watch YouTube. We can pair it with other Nest speakers and displays, and the display is convenient sometimes, like you can click next video, previous video, and the sound quality is very good. But just take my word for that because I can't really play any music here. But for sure there are some sound tests on YouTube which you can listen to, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed because this device is not that expensive. I mean, compared to what it offers. That's all from me for today. I hope I helped you decide if you need something like this, and I also hope you enjoyed listening to this. Take care everyone and have a peachy day.